Shalom, everybody, and welcome to TorahTrue.com and RelatableTorah.com. I am your host, Rabbi Ben-Tzion Saloff, and this is a series on the Testament of the Shem Tov. Now, we're not talking about really a will and testament. We're talking about the primary, essential, foundational principles of Chasidic philosophy and conduct, as taught by the Shem Tov himself, as well as his primary students. Now, the name of the sefer that we're learning from, for any of you who are joining us new, is Tzavat Harivash, the Testament Tzavah of Rabbi Yisrael Baal Shem. Now, this is our fifth class, and we are beginning at number 16, Tet Zayin. Uveginda tzarich ladia, and in this way we need to understand the hargil bechatzot laila, that it is an important thing to accustom yourself to wake up at midnight. Now, as I've discussed in previous classes, it's these things that the Baal Shem Tov is teaching us are things to aspire towards, things to try to try to accomplish to whatever degree we personally are able to accomplish them. So it's something to aim for, and just like this, I mean, for in modern times with our very busy lives, it's very difficult to go to sleep early and then wake up at midnight and do the special service called Tikkun Chatzot, and which is basically mourning the loss of the Beit HaMikdash, the Holy Temple in Jerusalem, and reaching out to Hashem. At that time. It's a tremendous time where much can be accomplished. However, it's not so easy. And then afterwards to sit and learn until sunrise and then pray, etc. This is not so easy in our generation, and I'm sure hasn't been easy in any generation, but especially now, I think, where things are as hectic as they are. However, it is aspects of this in general, and aspects of this are very praiseworthy to aim towards, and just look at the different things that the Baal Shem Tov says as we continue, and aim for the meaning in each of the aspects of what he says. So, once again, in this way, it's necessary to know that you should get yourself accustomed to awaking at midnight. Ulechol hapachot yizaher liot hatfila bein b'kayitz bein b'choref kodem hanetzachama, and at the very least, you should try to wake up to pray. That your prayer should be before sunrise, and that's whether it's in the winter or in the summer. No matter when it gets darker or light, we should try to do that. Dahainu, what does that mean? Sheyeh rov hatfilah ad karov lekriyat Shema kodem hanetz. So. Specifically, we should do the most of the tefillah, most of the prayer service up until Kriyat Shema, the recitation of the Shema, before sunrise. Ve'achiluk bein kodem hanetz bein la'achar hanetz kirchok mizrach mima'arav. And the difference between doing this before nates and after nates, before sunrise and after sunrise, is like the difference from east and west. A tremendous, difference. Ki az adayin yicholin levatel kol hadinim ki שהחמה יוצאת azai kol hakruzim yotzim. So then, at that time, you are still able to negate. Is a good word. To negate the judgments, the harsh judgments that may be going out, that came before the heavenly court, that would be going out in order to be put into action. Hein latav, hein levish, whether they were for good or for the opposite. V'kodem shehakaruz yotzei yecholim levatel. And before the announcement, so to speak, goes out, the announcement of these judgments, they can still be nullified. V'simancha v'hu kechatan yotzei michupato. And a way that we know this from Torah is, as from the verse, and he is like a bridegroom who goes out from his bridal canopy. Yasis kegibor, he is joyous, like a soldier who's going out. Ve'ein nistar mechamato, and there's no hiding from his heat. Now, literally, it means heat. But al tikre mechamato, you shouldn't say it. You shouldn't read it as chamato. It's heat. Rather, you should read it mechemato. You should read it as from his wrath. Kolomar, like it says, Keshe bachar hashemesh, keshe bokar hashemesh, when the shemesh, the sun comes out in the morning, yotze ala aretz, it goes out over the land. So once it's already gone out, there's no hiding from the angels of Chema, the angels of wrath. Alkein, therefore, al yehei beinecha davar ze katan. This matter should not be small in your eyes. Ki gadolhu, because it's a very great matter. Ubal Shem Zal, and the Baal Shem Tov of blessed memory, he was very, very careful about this. Ulefamim keshahaya et shelo hayalo minyan, and even at times when he didn't have a minyan, he didn't have a quorum of 10 men for the prayers. Haya mitpalel biyachid. He would pray even by himself, even though it's an important mitzvah to be able to pray with a minyan. He would this matter of doing so. He considered this matter of doing so by sunrise, that this was a very great matter, and he would even do it without a minyan. Okay, Yud Zayin, number 17. Now, the wording here is very interesting because we know that the Torah is a blueprint for our conduct and for the world in general. But let's look at it as a blueprint for our conduct. So then, in this blueprint are details. The details are called mitzvot, commandments. Now, we are obligated with the 613 general commandments and all of the laws relating to them. So it's really thousands of things. So we are obligated to do and to refrain from many, many different things. So the wording here is curious. What is the wording? Lo la'aniach shum yom b'lo mitzvah. You should not allow a single day to pass without performing a mitzvah. So he's saying that it seems that he's saying one mitzvah, but that I don't believe that that's what he's saying. I think he's saying that a day should not pass by without particular mitzvot being done. Hein mitzvah kala o chamora. Whether this mitzvah is what would be considered a major or a minor or a major mitzvah. Kamo she'amru Razal, like our sages of blessed memory have said, Heve zahir b'mitzvah kala ke v'chamura. You should be careful. Our sages of blessed memory said you should be careful with a minor mitzvah as with a major mitzvah. Now, first of all, we look at the simple meaning of it. The simple meaning of it is there are certain mitzvot which, seem to be very great to us. And there are other mitzvot which seem very insignificant. I don't like to use that terminology, but seem very small, such as how you tie your shoes in the morning or something like that. So, even though certain of these things seem very light, you have to be careful with them. Not only careful, but you have to be zahir, careful. Not only zahir, careful, but zahir lashon yamaskilim yashiru chulei. And the word, you'll notice the Baal Shem Tov uses these plays on words frequently, mining the meaning, so to speak, from the way in which a word is presented. It will have more than one meaning. So he's saying Zahir is an expression of, and the wise or the intelligent person will shine. The wise will shine. They will glow. So what does that mean? Dahainu sheneshama ta'ir v'tazhir mitzvah kala ke v'chamora. That the neshama, your soul, your godly soul within you, lights up. It shines. It glows from the performance of a seemingly minor mitzvah, as it does from the performance of a seemingly major mitzvah. Because what is it? We don't know what the purpose of any given particular mitzvah is. We may know a little bit, we may not, but the bottom line is, if Hashem asks us or tells us, commands us to do something, and we do it, it creates a great illumination, a great spiritual illumination in all worlds. Ki Rachmana li babai, because the all-merciful one wants our hearts. That's what he wants from us. This, by the way, is a quote from both. It is found in the Gemara and also in the Zohar HaKadosh, in the Zohar. That what does Hashem want from us? He wants our heart. He wants our passion. So in serving him, he wants us to come to him with yearning to perform this mitzvah. So when we do that, we are then doing Hashem's will, and he gives us a great flow, a great illumination because of that. Behu davar gadol meod, and this is a very, very big thing. Ki az yada she'aseh pula b'yom zeh, because then you know you've achieved something on that day. What have you done? Shebara malach echad. You've actually created a malach. You've created an angel. So every time you do a mitzvah, you create an angel. And needless to say, even though we don't like to mention the negatives, the opposite also exists. That a negative spiritual influence is nurtured through the performance of that which is opposite of a mitzvah. V'im yesh alav malach melitz echad v'gomer. It's just quoting a pasuk, but the bottom line on that is that these angels will act as an intercessor, so to speak, in the heavenly courts, and it will be an illumination to illuminate the way of our case in the heavenly courts. The things will go better for us with each mitzvah that we do. The simancha, and how do we know this? What shows us that this is the case? Shomer mitzvah lo yada davar ra. there's a pasuk which says, I'm trying to see where it is. Okay, it's in Ecclesiastes, and one who guards a mitzvah will know no evil. So, Hainu, what does that mean? כשאדם מקבל על עצמו דבר זה, אזי צריך להיות עומד על משמרתו מהבוקר עד ערב, אולי יזדמן לו מצווה. So when a person accepts this idea, this whole concept upon themselves, then they need to stand carefully and watch from morning to evening what Hashem is going to put in front of them. What opportunity to do His will is He going to put in front of us? Because He will. You accept this upon yourself, certainly you will see it. So you have to be careful to watch what mitzvah Hashem is putting in front of you and to do it. So this is what it really means. Don't let a day go by without a mitzvah. You should be watching that day, as every day, what mitzvah, what wonderful opportunity Hashem is putting in front of you. Such as, let's say you walk down the street and somebody, an older person drops something on the ground, their glasses, a little money, whatever it is, and you go and pick that up. That is something that Hashem has set in front of you. He has set in front of you the opportunity to do that kindness for that elderly person. You should, with alacrity, run to be able to perform that mitzvah, because that is why you're existing at that particular moment. Okay. V'zehu shomer. This is what it means when it says shomer, guard. You guard the mitzvah, milashon v'aviv shamar et hadavar. This is an expression which is mirrored in what happens in the Torah. I don't know where, I forget which parsha it is, but it was recent. V'yeshev, maybe a little bit earlier. In any case, in the parsha, it speaks about how Yosef HaTzadik, Joseph, was telling about his dreams to his brothers and to his father, and everybody was making fun of him and getting upset. His brothers were getting upset with him, and he basically said, in my dream, the sun and the stars and the moon bowed down to me. Now, that the obvious meaning of that to his brothers and to his father was that his father and his mother and all of the 12 stars, meaning all of his brothers, bowed down to him. And of course, his brothers weren't overly happy about that. And his father wanted to ameliorate some of their feelings by saying, well, your mother, the moon, in the metaphor, is not alive anymore. But actually, it referred to another one of the Pilagshim of Yaakov, the one who actually raised him, because his mother died in childbirth. But in any case, it said in that verse at the end, even though his father went and he said, really this is not possible, you think this is going to happen, but your mother is no longer with us. But the bottom line was, V'aviv shamar et hadavar. But his father was guarding the matter. He's watching for the matter, and because he was convinced it was going to somehow come to pass, and he was watching to see when and how it was going to come to pass. So just so, you and I should be always watching to see what opportunity, what mitzvah Hashem is putting in front of us, and that we should be able to perform. Azai hasgula shelo yada davar ra. So then you have then you have the segula. You have the I always have a problem translating the word segula, but you have that in this application. you have the inoculation, so to speak, shelo, that you will never see a bad thing. Why will you never see a bad thing? Shelo yira davar ra, you're not going to see a bad thing, is because you're always looking. What are you looking for? You're looking for what opportunity Hashem is going to put in front of you to be able to serve Him. And that's your whole purpose for being at that point. So you could never see a bad thing. You can only see that which Hashem puts in front of you for your ultimate benefit. Okay, so he's also saying that this also refers to the fact that you will not see, if you do this, you will not see a davara, that's a keri, meaning chas v'shalom, a nocturnal emission. You will not see if you are always looking for the opportunity to do this mitzvah. Excuse me. B'simantcha, and how do we know this further? What is our sign for this? Chesed kel kol hayom. The chesed of God is the whole day. It lasts throughout the day. Hainu, what does that mean? Shebechol yom vayom, that in each and every day, tzarich lasot chesed la'el yitbarach. We need to do every day chesed, kindness to Hashem, blessed be He. And what is the quote-unquote kindness to Hashem? Hashem doesn't need us, but He desires us. He desires that we do His will. And when we do His will, it brings Him great joy, and it is quote-unquote a kindness to Hashem when we do His will. So, chesed kel kol hayom. Lishmor, okay, chet. Yud Chet, which is 18. 18 we know has the gematria. Yud Chet, 18, the gematria is of Chai, which means life, live, to live, and Chayut, life force. So Chai, what is the paragraph Chai? It says, what is it? And once again, I'll just repeat, even though I don't like repeating myself so much, but I want to repeat this because, we have people who may not necessarily have heard the previous classes in the series. It says, I'm sorry, that in the series and in this book, there are brought the most important concepts in general that the Baal Shem Tov used to teach. So one of the very important concepts that the Baal Shem Tov used to teach was Lishmor Shabbat kilchato b'chodikukim upratim. You should be guarding the Shabbat with all its details and all its halachot, all its laws and details. I'll give you a more modern expression of what this is, and it's been said, and I've said this to a number of people face to face, and it has had a profound effect on them in the appropriate situation. And that is, the Jews don't keep the Shabbos; it's Shabbos that keeps the Jews. So, with that in mind, the Simancha. And what is our sign for this? 1 second. Okay, Visimancha, how do we understand this? Teshev enoshadaka. It says in Tehillim, I think it is. Oh wait, is it in Tehillim? Yeah, it's in Tehillim. It says, you turn back man until he is crushed. Tashev enosh adaka. You turn back a person or a man until he's crushed. What does this mean? Tashev otiot Shabbat. So tashev, the word turn back, actually is the same letters of the word Shabbat, of Shabbos. Enosh, hainu afilu oved avodah zarah kedor enosh. And this means that even if somebody, even if a Jew has done terrible things, such as serving avodah zarah, serving other gods, like the generation of Enosh, which was steeped in avodah zarah, the generation of Enosh. Still, if they fulfill the Shabbat, if they keep the Shabbat and guard it, they will be forgiven. Okay, Yutet. So obviously, Shabbat, keeping Shabbat is a critically important thing. And I can tell you, it's the most. Those of you who have not yet tasted the sweetness of Shabbat, have not yet tasted what it is like to keep Shabbos, it is an extraordinary thing. I don't even know how I would be able to continue life without Shabbos. It really, what's the word? What's the expression? It elevates my game. It elevates the whole way I feel about everything. It makes me feel, makes everybody who fulfills it, at least this is what I've been told by other people as well, that it brings you to a higher level of life. It helps your body and your soul. So Shabbos is a very important thing. In any case, we will continue. 19. L'chol hapachot l'dakdek b'kriyat Shema hanemar pa'amayim b'chol yom. At the very least, and I'm not sure why at this point he brought up at the very least, because it doesn't seem to be related to the previous thing, but in any case, l'chol hapachot l'dakdek b'kriyat Shema. Maybe because of all the prayer, you should be particularly careful with Kriyat Shema, with the recitation of the Shema. Because what is the recitation of the Shema? It is a recognition and declaration, or declaration and recognition of God's oneness in the world, and the fact that God is one, unique, and everything emanates from Hashem, from all four corners of the globe, all four corners of the universe, so to speak, and everything comes from Hashem. And because of the extraordinary and exceptional character of this declaration and prayer, it is very, very important that we have no other thoughts other than Hashem and His unity in the world, in the universe, chas v'sholom. We should never have any other thought at that time. V'hu davar gadol le'ein erech. This is a matter so important it's beyond our ability to measure its importance. The simancha, and how do we know this? Where is this? Where does this come out? V'simancha kol hakoreh kriyat Shema al mitato. It says in a verse, I'm trying to see where it is. Oh yeah, from the Gemara Brachot, it says it says all who read Kriyat Shema, and it's referring to the Kriyat Shema al mitato, meaning on it, that you say right before you go to bed. Mazikin bedilin v'chule. That harmful spirits, harmful spiritual elements cannot hurt you, will not harm you. Mazikin hayu kol hayizakim shabolam. That's all of the negative influences or harms that could come to you in the world. Hein begufan, hein nafsham, whether physical or spiritual, they will not come to you if you say Kriyat Shema without any other things in mind and with your concentration. Hagam she'efshar litpalel bli machshava zara, even if you're not able to pray in general without foreign thoughts, without with your thoughts straying to other matters. Yargil atzmo bli machshava zara batchila. You should accustom yourself to say the Kriyat Shema without any other thoughts, just the beginning of it, meaning Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, and then also Baruch Shem Kevod Malachuto Le'olam Va'ed. You should say those two verses without any other thoughts whatsoever. The Shema is a declaration of Hashem's rulership and oneness in the universe, and the Baruch Shem Kevod Malachuto Le'olam Va'ed is also it basically what it means is blessed is the name of the glory of his kingship forever and ever. So we're stating not only throughout the universe, throughout the world is Hashem one, but also Le'olam Va'ed, meaning for past, present, and future. This is all happening past, present, and future simultaneously. So, by the way, I've had wonderful conversations with scientists, especially physicists, who are very keenly interested in the way that time passes and the relationship between time and matter, etc. We've had wonderful conversations about the concept of the Kriyat Shema and what we're declaring as far as past, present, and future immanence of God and godliness. But that, I guess, we can hold off for another time. We actually have passed the amount of time allotted for this class, so I want to thank you all for coming. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel so you will be made aware anytime any of our classes come out. Right now, we're in, this is the 5th installment of the Testament of the Baal Shem Tov, the teachings of the Baal Shem Tov. We will be soon starting to come out with other types of classes, but I would be happy to hear from you what you would like to learn, and you can email me at relatabletorah@gmail.com. That's relatabletorah@gmail.com. And I will try any questions you may have, comments or recommendations. I'm happy to hear from you. And some of the questions we will be putting together in a presentation, just like this. But in a presentation, we will be, going over answers to some of the more universally applicable questions and answers. So I'll wait until I get enough appropriate questions for that purpose. But in any case, please, any questions, comments, feedback, whatever it is, relatabletorah@gmail.com. Thank you very much for coming. It's a pleasure to be with you all. God bless you and have a wonderful week, wonderful everything. And serve Hashem b'simcha, with joy. All the best.